Hey, welcome to another episode of 𝓑𝓻𝓮𝓻𝓲𝓷 Reviews. This is another beer that was sent to me in a trade with Ryan, better known as Stumpy Joe Jr. This is one I've been wanting to try for a long time. This is the Deschutes Brewery out of Bend, Oregon. Their Black Butte Porter. Kind of a short description on there. Read it if you want. More on the other side. You can tell it's plenty fresh. It's pretty low, 5.2 ABV. And it's got a nice little catchphrase on the neck of the bottle here. So it's got a nice cap, so I say we just get right into this thing. Well, it poured a lot bigger head than I thought it was going to be. Plus the way the bottle is shaped lends to like a very aggressive, vigorous pour. But yeah, I'm holding up to the light. I can see ruby red down here. Otherwise it just looks opaque black. It's probably like opaque, super dark blood red. Nice 3 fingers of dark khaki cream. Smells like a porter. I get that kind of dairy isle scent to it. Like, pretty sweet smelling. Pretty typical porter aroma. Hope it doesn't taste like a typical porter. It's supposed to be better than typical. So, let's get into it. Cheers. Yeah, I'd say it's a little more than typical. It has pretty much the characteristics of porter. Nice, kind of cold, almost more wet, kind of creamy texture to it. Kind of mild up front. Kind of typical porter sweetness, almost like that cough medicine type taste right through the middle. Finishes like with a really nice kind of roastiness and and milk chocolate. Aftertaste is a little too clean though. It's actually reminding me more of like instead of maybe cough medicine, more like a Dr. Pepper. Has a very similar to that kind of cherry, or as Henry pointed out, it's actually kind of a prune kind of taste. So something in that kind of darker fruit, but definitely noticeable kind of confectionery sweetness in there. The malt character is I don't say it's prominent, but it's definitely noticeable. Nice, kind of toasty malt on here. Pull a little bit more bitterness out of it now. Like, in that head, even though it looked creamy, it's more like a really tightly compacted foam. Like really tightly compacted soap suds. So it gives it like a little bit of like a vibration, a little bit of a... It kind of fills up the mouth. Once the head clears and you get to the beer itself, it's, a little on the thinner side, but it is only a 5.2 porter, so that's to be expected, and that's what it's meant for. It's a porter, not a stout. I really like the kind of dark fruit, almost kind of, like I said, Dr. Pepper kind of taste on here. It's a nice solid beer. It also has noticeable carbonation, even though you can't see it, but I can feel it. It's because of the thinner mouthfeel and like there's like a little kind of a fine fizzy carbonation level to this beer. And then finishing with that kind of milk chocolate milk kind of sweetness in there. The roasted malts has, it was like the first couple of swigs and it kind of faded away. But it's remained plenty tasty. Now I'm getting towards the end. I'm getting like kind of like a coffee bitterness, especially in the aftertaste, right on the finish. So it does leave a little bit of like a slightly dry, slightly toasty, roasty aftertaste. Still getting the kind of Dr. Pepper soda sweetness in the middle. Noticeable carbonation. Thinner mouthfeel, which is fine. But highly drinkable. Goes down really smooth. It's plenty sweet, but it's not really sweet enough to be like a dessert beer. It's just more like it's just doing the job of a porter. This is what a porter is supposed to be, where it's, I could see having this with a meal or just to enjoy it. Technically a little too big to be a session beer, but you could definitely session this. Nice impressive beer. Nothing amazing, but I like it. I give it a 7 out of 10 to the Deschutes Black Butte Porter. Is it Butte or Butt? I don't know. I'm going to say Butte. Review's over, so whatever. Anyways, thanks again to Ryan for the beer. And that does it for season 16 of Chad's Beer Reviews. I'll see you guys after St. Patrick's Day for when spring is officially sprung, according to me. So, I'll see you next week. Cheers.